Hey guys, the journey of checking out videos about Switzerland continues, and YouTube is opening the floodgates, man, because now I'm seeing a lot more videos about Switzerland, and let's get right into the video that I chose for today. So the video I chose for today is Switzerland, the don'ts of visiting Switzerland. This is coming from Walter's World, and he's an American guy who just pretty much visits a lot of European countries and just, you know, share his experiences and what not to do and so on and so forth in these places. So I think this video can be of good information. However, I would love if you guys co-sign in the comment section down below if he's talking facts or, you know, BS, right? But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe, and if you have any recommendations, feel free to leave us in the comment section down below, but preferably click that link in the pinned comment section where you can directly recommend videos through that Google form, and I'll check them out as soon as possible. Without further ado, let's get into this video.
Hey there, fellow travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're here in Basel, Switzerland for the don'ts of visiting Switzerland. And let me be honest, there's a lot of do's you want to do here and a few don'ts along the way. So I hope this video can help you know what to do and don't do when you're here in Switzerland. And I gotta tell you, I gotta start off with some safety advice, and that is don't choke on the fondue. Look, fondue really is all over the country, and you have to have it when you're here. That creamy cheese with some wine in it just makes it fantastic. And whether you're dipping your bread in it or whatever, it's fantastic. But do be careful, because you get a little too rambunctious with that cheese, you can actually coat the back of your throat and choke a little bit. So if you're going to be here with kids, have a heads up. Or if you're going to be in Switzerland with me having fondue, make sure I don't choke to death, because Jocelyn's watched me about die a few times because the fondue, because it's so good, and then you get too excited. So just know that, okay? Maybe.
Yeah, I could just like imagine like eating that and like the cheese. The bread is soft. The cheese is gonna make it like lubrication, you know, less friction, and it could easily slide. Oh my gosh, terrifying actually.
Raclette would be a safer alternative than having fondue all the time when you're here, okay? Now, my second don't for you is don't waste 1 second looking at your phone, reading a book, doing anything else when you're on the train here, except for looking out the window. Because when you take the train through Switzerland, I mean, this is truly God's country. I mean, it is just gorgeous. This is probably the prettiest places in Europe. When you're taking the trains through and you see the little houses in the hill, and you see the mountains up there, and there's Jungfrau, and there's...
Is it always white? Is it always white up there? Oh my gosh.
Zermatt, and you see all this stuff, and it's just gorgeous. And when I get so sad when I'm on the trains here and I see people playing their video games or on their Switch or doing whatever, I'm like, stop. Just look out the window. I mean, it's just gorgeous, just unbelievably gorgeous. Okay, so don't.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, not everybody appreciates, you know, nature a lot, and I'm not going to be forceful, you know, and say, hey, get off your phone. You can't be on your phone at all, whatever. You know, like for example, if I had kids, you know, they don't appreciate it, you know, as much as you would, I guess, you know, but you know, for the people who appreciate it, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking out, because I've said this in a few videos that I literally ride the train just to ride the train, because that's how beautiful it is on those trains based on what I've seen thus far. So I think a lot of people would actually look out the window, but maybe some people are locals and, you know, they don't care to look because they see it every day.
Don't pass that up, because it's, for me, that's the most special part of going through Switzerland, is taking those trains through and seeing the beautiful nature that's here, okay? And if you're going to be experiencing that nature, one don't I have to tell you is don't underestimate your mountain experience, because hiking is a big thing here. And as a traveler, you should definitely go on some hikes wherever you're going to go throughout the country. Now, there's different level of difficulties. That's one thing to think about. Also, think about the shoes you're going to be wearing. Do you have shoes that are going to be good for hiking?
Hey man, don't tell me nothing about them damn shoes, baby. Hey, listen to me. So a lot of you guys probably know that I moved to Finland and I live in Finland at the moment, right? And so my ass, you know, the average American wears Crocs a lot. I don't know how popular that is in Europe, but as we speak right now, I have a Crocs on my feet. I have a home Croc. I have a Crocs that I wear outside, right? So totally two different Crocs. The one inside doesn't go outside, the one outside doesn't come inside, right? So I was going on a hike in Finland and I literally took my Crocs and everybody was like, yo, what's going on? That's what we doing? And I'm like, this the vibe, the Croc that we're working with. And I'm telling you, it was so amazing. I highly recommend it, but I'm not gonna recommend the normal Crocs because the Crocs that I have is, it's more of that aggressive look. It's actually one of the more expensive Crocs. I think the one that I have cost you like about $80 to $90, right? Euros, to be honest, right? So it's one of the more expensive one. It looks rugged and it looks a little bit more rough, right? The one that I have for inside is just the normal classic Crocs, but the one that I wear outside is actually very, very good. I even wear it in winter. So shout out to them, man. It's pretty good shoe in my humble opinion. But let me know what would be your preferred choice of shoe to wear on a hike if you're not as crazy as I am.
That's going to be something there. Also, if you want to stay in one of those huts, yes, there's huts you can stay at when you go hiking. Make sure you're checking those things out beforehand so it's all arranged. But probably the most important mountain experience thing you need to think about is don't forget to check the weather, because the weather can vary a lot when you're in the mountains. And when you're on those hikes, you want to stay safe because you want to hike some more and see some more beautiful nature here in Switzerland, okay? So do be aware of that. Now, when you're going around the country, I think one thing that's really important for you is don't get confused with the languages when you're here, because there's actually 4 official...
German, Swiss. Oh, he has it right here. French. Wait, what? Holy damn, I thought it was just German and Swiss and French. Yeah, I remember French from the political video. But I thought it was like a 442. Wasn't that like a 442? I checked out a video that was recommended, and I think it was talking about it. I know it was talking about the politics in Switzerland, right? And I think they said it was a 442. That's how it worked, because the proportion of how the language is. Was it a 422? I think it was probably a 422 and not a 442. I'm not sure. I do not remember, but I remember that was the example that was given in the video. But wasn't it German, French, and Swiss? I'm not sure.
Languages. You've got German, you've got French, you've got Italian, then you got Rhaeto-Romanisch. And not everyone speaks all of them. They speak the language of their region, and then maybe one other one, and then they'll speak some English. But don't expect everyone to speak all the language when you're here. So as a tourist, if you speak English, you should be fine. Obviously, try to speak some of the local hellos and highs when you're here in the different parts. But yeah, I mean, don't get too confused with the languages because there's a lot here. And as someone who speaks Hochdeutsch, High German, I'll tell you right now, don't even bother with the Swiss German, because I speak Hochdeutsch pretty well. And I have no clue what Swiss Germans are saying, okay? So just be aware of that for my German-speaking friends. Now, another don't I think I have to mention, just like every travel blog and every travel vlog mentions about here in Switzerland, is, look, don't expect this to be a cheap visit and don't expect this to be an affordable visit. Switzerland is an expensive place to visit, whether you're going out to eat, whether you're getting accommodation, whether you're, doing excursion.
I still ask the question, though, is it more expensive than Finland? Because I've always heard Nordic countries are mad expensive, right? And it would be unique to know, right? Because maybe it wouldn't be that bad for me coming from a Nordic country, right? With the experiences I've had here, I'm adjusted to the prices here already. So maybe if I was in Switzerland, maybe it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know.
And hikes and skiing. I mean, it's not going to be a cheap thing. We have a video on budget tips for visiting Switzerland, and the first thing I say is there's really no budget tips. There's just some things you can do to minimize the damage to your wallet. And once you realize that, it's easier to kind of enjoy this. It's like when you go to Disney World, you're going to spend a lot of money and you're okay with it. Versus you think I'm going to save money and it doesn't go as well. That's why I just understand, look, don't think you're going to save money when you're here. It's going to be pricey, okay? Now, one of the best things you can do to kind of mitigate a bit of those prices is don't forget to get a pass. Now, you may say which pass, Mark, because there's lots of passes. Yes, there are lots of passes here. The Swiss pass, the half fare pass. You go to different cities, you might have the Zurich pass or Zurich card or Basel pass, Basel card, whatever. What's cool is they have all these discount deals you can get. Now, you've got to buy the card, When you get the Swiss pass, you can cover your transportation. If you get like the Zurich pass, a card, like you get the museums. And if you use those and you're going to visit all those sites, that can actually save you hundreds of dollars, hundreds of francs while you're here. If you're here for a few days or a couple weeks, it does make a difference. So don't pass up getting passes when you come here to Switzerland. Now, I know I talked about, the hiking and stuff like that, but I think another thing that's really important is don't miss out on the other kind of, the hike.
Don't just stop the video like that, man. Like, I'm excited about what's being on the screen. Like, what about showing me more? This is wicked, bro. Like, the first thing this reminds me of is Shrek with Donkey and Shrek when they were going across to meet the dragon. Yeah, dude, like, this is the exact bridge. Like, not the exact bridge, but dude, what the hell?
And stuff like that. But I think another thing that's really important is don't miss out on the other kind of outdoor experiences that you can have here in Switzerland. Now, probably the most famous place in Switzerland for travelers to go to for, your kayaking and your canyoning and your spelunking and all that kind of fun, crazy, mountainy stuff is Interlaken. And I'll be honest with you, Interlaken is a fun place to go. Balmers is probably the most famous hostel in Europe that people go to, and they've been going to since I was a kid, And so don't think Interlaken is the only place you go in Switzerland to enjoy the fun kayaking and outdoor activities. There's lots of places. But to be honest, for me, that's the most fun one, okay? Now, another don't I have for you when you come here is don't be too proud to stay in a hostel. I know some people, we get older, we're like, oh, hostels are for kids. Not here in Switzerland. Hostels actually are significantly more affordable than staying at a hotel, especially if you're a solo traveler. I mean, your money goes a lot farther than those hostels, and you can meet other travelers. And the thing is, the whole country has a great hosteling network, so you can really get that. And going back to Interlaken and Balmers, yes, we have that. But there's all over the country, you have fantastic hostels. And it's not just for young people, it's for old people as well. We were in Zurich a few years ago, and we stayed with Grandma, Grandpa, me, Jocelyn, and the boys. Yes, we shared the bathroom, we shared the showers, but it was worth it because the amount of money we saved helped us get a lot farther along in Switzerland. So another don't I have for you here in Switzerland is don't break the rules. Whatever the rules and regulations are, the Swiss really like their rules and regulations, and they like everyone to follow them. Now, they might not tell you that you're breaking the rules, though they might definitely tell you that. But just know, if you are, there's some Swiss person shaking their head going, ugh, tourist. So just have a heads up for that. Follow the rules and you'll be okay. Now, another thing I need to say, though, is I know I've been really harping on the outdoor adventure, kind of stuff here in Switzerland. I also have to say is don't skip the towns and cities of Switzerland because they are gorgeous. Walking through Basel, going in the town hall and seeing the courtyard there all done up, going to Lucerne and walking on the covered bridges and taking in the old town. I mean, Lake Geneva, going through Geneva and stuff in Zurich and Bahnhofstrasse and doing the shopping there. I mean, there's so many great towns and cities you can go to. St. Gallen is fantastic. Go to the Italian part and you feel like you're in a Swiss Italy. It's such a fantastic thing seeing these little towns and big cities, but just how beautiful they are, right. And the architecture that's in them and the churches and the paintings on the walls. I mean, it's just really, really fantastic. So don't think it's just taking in the natural beauty here.
Okay. Got Prince. Okay. They got some legends on here. Oh, John. Okay. I see John. I think that's Marley. I'm not sure. It says Johnny Cash, but I think that's Bob Marley. I'm not sure. But yeah, they got little legends on their wall, bruh. This is the Wall of Legends. I like it.
There's also the city and the urban beauty that's here in Switzerland. Now, when you're in those cities, you might be thinking, oh, we're going to have a good time over here. We're going to party and go all out. Well, I got to tell you this much. Don't expect to do too much partying when you're here in Switzerland. That's not a thing here. That's just not a thing, okay? Anything loud and boisterous is just not a thing here in Switzerland. So probably not a good place to do your bachelor or bachelorette party, just to let you know. If you are going out to eat here, I have a little don't for you.
I'm not against partying and all this thing, but dude, I saw a comment, like recently as I was about to say this, and the person was like, yeah, the guy doing the reaction, he recently moved to Finland, and so on and so forth, but I guess he stays inside the house. I don't know. And I was like, damn, that is spot on. That is spot on, right? I didn't get to reply because I was busy and I only clicked on it and I read it and I didn't get to reply. So by the time I opened it, it's already refreshed on YouTube, right? But it was actually funny to see that comment because it was like the realest thing ever. Because I really don't go outside. You know, I don't go outside that much because if I don't need to go outside, what am I doing outside? Like, there's nothing out there for me, in my humble opinion. You know, that I just live a real low profile life and, you know, just chill. You know, and it's quite quiet here, you know. So yeah, it's pretty amazing like that. I like it like that. So I have no problem that there's not a lot of noise, you know, going on in Switzerland. For crying out loud, I live around, okay, I was gonna say grannies. I don't know if some people would take that as a disrespect, but to me it's not disrespectful. But I live around older women, older men. That's what I live around. That's who I live around. I live in North Finland, right? There's no vibe here, nothing, you know, and I like it. Feels like home to me. That's how I think home should feel. If I want to party, I go somewhere else.
Don't think you have to tip. Service is already included on your bills. I mean, you can tip, but you don't have to. It's not expected, so that can be helpful for you. And the thing is I talk about tipping because that leads into service. And one thing I will say about service here in Switzerland, don't expect them to come up and ask you if you want help. Now, if you need help, you need to go and ask them. Just like a Swiss person, they won't come up and help you, but if you ask them help, they will come up and help you. And you're going to get professional service when you're here. Don't expect it to be friendly. Don't expect it to be prompt, but you gotta ask, okay? So don't just expect the service to show up. That's why it's important when the menu comes, make sure you get your order in as soon as you can, just so we get the process going along, okay? Oh, and speaking of those tippings, I think it's important to mention this. Don't think they use euros when you're here in Switzerland. They use the Swiss franc. Now, credit cards are taken all over the place, and a lot of places will take some euros, but remember, Swiss francs are the way to go. And
francs be looking better than euros, I can't even lie. I don't really know what the euros look like, if I'm being honest, because I don't use cash ever. Like, I don't do it, but I probably should have some cash. Like, I don't know why I don't use cash, but the francs look pretty. Like, them francs is pretty. Shout out to francs, man.
The place, and a lot of places will take some euros, but remember, Swiss francs are the way to go. And the place, and a lot of places will take some euros, but remember.
Yeah, those are pretty. I don't know. They look better than the euros because they have the same shape, you know, similar look to it. But I don't know, man. This is really colorful, and I like it. I like it.
Swiss francs are the way to go. And I really think I need to reemphasize this one. Don't be loud. Look, the Swiss do not like loud people. They do not like loud anything. If you're on the train, shh. If you're on the bus, shh. If you're going out to eat, shh. If you're walking around town, shh. I mean, I'm filming all these videos in Switzerland on the river with nobody around me because I don't want to upset any of the locals because they really don't like loudness, okay? And what's crazy is actually there's regulations about loudness. So if you're going to be staying someplace, you might not be able to flush the toilet too late at night or do laundry on a Sunday or whatever. You need to be aware of your noise level when you're here. So if you're one of those loud talkers, be ready to bring it down to the inside voice when you're going to your hotels or restaurants or cafes. And with that kind of thing, I think one thing I need to let you know is don't expect to make a lot of Swiss friends when you're here. You know, when you travel around, sometimes you can meet people really quickly and make some local friends. It's a bit tougher here because small talk and getting to know people isn't as much of a thing here. It's much more of a reserved society. Now, like I said, if you talk to them, they will probably talk back, but they probably don't want to because small talk really isn't a thing here. Like, they'll look at you like, why are you talking to me, person? I don't know. So just to be aware of that. Another fantastic thing you need to have when you're here in Switzerland is actually...
Like, I don't know who the hell doing that. Like, I'm just being real with you. Like, you go somewhere else and... like, you're new to that place and you just trying to talk to random people, like, I don't know, something's scary about you because I don't know, like, on the level of safety, I think that is, like, risky. Like, the other night I was driving, right, and then it's North Finland, right, and it's dark as hell here, right? It's really dark here. It's getting a little bit brighter now, right, but at about probably, like, I don't know what time it is right now, about 4 o'clock right now, it's fully dark outside, right? 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., whatever you want to say that as 16 o'clock army time. Yeah, it's fully dark outside, right? But guess what? I was driving, going down the street, and you know, it was later in the night, and I think people were, you know, giving me the sign. And that when I came to Finland, that's when I realized what this means. I'm not even sure if it's this. I don't even know. But they were trying to get a lift. I was like, no. I don't care if this is Finland. I don't care if this is North Finland, where crime is like borderline zero. You're not getting in a car with me at night. Hell no. Right? I just don't understand. Like, I'm a pretty social person, pretty confident. I am not doing some things though, at all. I think it's foolish, very foolish, in my humble opinion. Let me know. Would you pick up a random stranger at 11 o'clock in the night just because you live in a safe area and you don't know those people? Would you do it? Let me know.
Swiss wine? I know, we never really think about Swiss wine because we don't see it in our local wine store. Well, that's because the Swiss drink all of their wine. So when you're here, make sure you do try some of the Swiss wine. It is fantastic. And then I want to finish off with this very important don't, and that is don't confuse the Swiss cheese from your local grocery store back home with Swiss cheese here in Switzerland. Because you know, the Swiss cheese back home has got that big holes and look like it's from a cartoon. That's now how they roll here. There are different regional cheeses, there's seasonal cheeses, there's all kinds of great cheese.
Yeah, it's the same thing when I'm in Finland and I see American snacks and I'm like, this is not American, my friend. Not American. But, you know, they copy it, but it's not. You never compare what you see in your home country to what you, you know, you're expected to see in the other country. It's likely going to be different.
Cheese from here, and no, it's not just raclette and fondue cheese, okay? It's so many kinds of cheeses here, and don't think that when they say we're going to have a cheese plate that it's going to be a bunch of that stuff you got from home. No, that is an insult to the word Swiss cheese, okay? Because when you're here, the cheese is amazing, all right?
It looks good.
So I hope these helped you know a bit more of what to do and what not to do when you
I
do
sure
come here to
did.
Switzerland. It is a gorgeous country. The nature really is God's country when you're here. When you're going through on the trains, it's just beauty beyond belief. So if you want to learn more,
God's country, the way how they avoided Hitler. Hey, yeah, boy, like, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Got a good country. That's all I'm gonna say. But beautiful, very beautiful country, and I think these were pretty good points. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. I think they were very solid points, and yeah, absolutely. You know, don't like. Why would you go to a country and just be loud? It doesn't make sense for me. Like, shh, like no, like. I remember the first time I came to the airport in Germany, I'm quiet as hell, bro. Like, once I'm not in my territory, bro, like, that's it. It don't matter. It just doesn't matter. If, like, I'm not around my people, then why am I going to be loud, you know? Like, if I'm at my home, I'm around wife and kids and mom and dad, like, shit, let's talk, right? We can be active. We can, you know, amplify the voices. But if I'm around random people I don't know, bro, no, we not gonna talk all that. Nope, not happening. But thank you guys for watching this video. It was a very lengthy video on my end. Apologies for that. And yeah, thank you for watching. And if you have any recommendations, leave us in the comment section down below. Perfectly click that link in the pinned comment section, man. And you can recommend videos directly using that Google form, and I'll check them out as soon as possible. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.